This is for my people that's lost in the sauce from all this misinformation. Part 2. I want to provoke thought within my people. And so that they know that there's two different people within our people. There's people that's survivors and there's people that are victims, no matter what. Obviously, the survivors is going to look for a way forward to continue to progress in whatever they're doing, versus the ones that's going to continue looking for excuses to make sure they never progress forward and never take accountability. So in my previous video, I explained basically what the deportation situation is and wondering why my people are crying. And I kept it simple by saying if we had an RSVP with 10 people, right? And then 3 of those people decided to bring one friend. So now there's 3 extra people with only 10 meals, meaning there would be 7 people that had nothing to do with these extra 3 people that has to take off from their plate in order to make sure their plate is proportionate to everyone else's. So basically that's what deportation is, because they're taking benefits that's supposed to go to another set of people. And honestly, just look at jobs. Like I say, they'll use them for cheap labor because of this reason, which is sending humans through different traffic sources. So once people really understand why they're deporting people, and it's all about organization, because they never said they couldn't come back. They just said you have to go through the system the proper way. And that's it. It's not like they're getting sent to jail. They're getting sent back home. So once we get past this part, this is when my people have to come together and think. So the people within inside my community that are victims, always, because they don't like to take accountability and it's never their fault. They're gonna say, who you think gonna replace them? They're gonna make us work for them. They're gonna depict it as if we're slaves still and we have no free will. These are the same people that just turn everything into a negative, no matter what it is. And it's hard for them to actually work with survivors because their mindset is completely opposite, bro. So with the survivor mindset, we're going to look for a way to move forward. Simple. No excuses. And this is how it will go. So if these people are leaving these jobs, such as construction sites, any job there is that we have a bunch of quote unquote immigrants at, this means somebody cheap labor is gone. This means their business is technically not functioning. This means their businesses cannot make any money. So guess what we're gonna do? Not work for them. Simple. But the victims gonna go get that job anyways and complain about it, when they should have been thinking like, you didn't want to give me a job before, and wonder why they didn't give you a job before, and now it's so much easier to get a job because you want to work for someone that didn't want to give you a job to begin with. So these places have no one to work for them because all the quote unquote immigrants is gone for cheap labor, which means they got to pay us more if we did decide to work for them. But guess what? If we don't work for them, who's going to work for them? And especially for all the people in the world, all the races, we know there's one thing that we always say never stops. What do y'all think that is? Bills. How are they going to pay bills that's continuously rolling in if they're making no income? What does that lead to? A foreclosure of all the businesses, literally, bro. Because we run the bottom line of all the jobs. Without us working, there would be no job. Because everyone in quote unquote management, everyone in the office, they're literally just skimming off of our work. So everything is being set up for us to make a decision at the end on what y'all really want to do. Be a survivor, take control of our shit back and move forward, or be a victim and just cry and just do everything they want us to do. Once you start looking for solutions instead of excuses, shit changes so fast. Like for real. But obviously most of our people are asleep. They're lost in the sauce of all this misinformation. So to sum all that up, if these businesses and corporations have no workers, they can't make no money. No money means they can't pay no bills, which leads them to foreclosure. And all that debt falling back on to the person that literally owns whatever company or business that is. Because technically, everything they do have is debt. It's all of negative value. All the money they save will literally become negative value when things flip over. But this base will starve all the people that have been enslaving others this whole time through corporations. These be the main ones that be like, I was just doing my quote unquote job, or quote unquote it's just business, while destroying people's lives knowingly. But like I said, we gotta put our foot in the fight. Start committing actions instead of just, talking about it. But obviously, when the time comes, and we all see it's coming. Anyway, quick rant, y'all know how to keep it. Y'all be gods.